Hi, I'm David Townsend, a therapist and hypnotist. I want to talk about self-esteem. It's a funny sort of word, but it means how you feel about you, how you think about you as a person in the world. And it's really important. Self-esteem is the underlying problem with nearly every sort of disorder. There are some brain disorders that are just sort of automatic, if you like, they happen. But nearly everything, smoking, weight, anxiety, confidence, everything is self-esteem. The enemy of self-esteem is really fear. We call it anxiety, nice word, but it's a sort of fear. And it's really, really important to get hold of a good sense of self-esteem. When we're little children, we're completely dependent, and adults tell us how to think and how to feel and how to behave. We start getting some sense of independence. Children are very good at learning no, but we're still really dependent on the adults around us. And then we grow up and we become independent and mature. Well, some of us do. Nobody's perfect. Everybody can achieve levels of anxiety about something. If you don't, you need locking up in mental hospital, or you get made president of a country, one or the other. The real problem is we can get a bit anxious about things, and so we need to feel better. And we learn ways to feel better. We either get very angry, or we smoke, or we use drugs, or we drink too much, or we eat too much, or we get wrapped up in anxiety. Yes. And we're complex creatures. I've got a thing called attention deficit hyperactive disorder, which is a horrible name for my mental state. About 1 person in 10 in the community is affected by this. 1 in 5 diagnosed, but 1 in 5 sub-threshold, lovely expression. You've got some of the problems, but not enough to be diagnosed, or you've got just a few of them that hit the diagnostic level, but not enough to be diagnosed ADHD. And there are Asperger's and so on, which create problems. But basically, we've got to look at this business of who am I? I am. The Hebrew name for God is I am. And he set a good example for everybody. I am. So, we grow up, we reach a level of competence, and very high in some areas, low in others, but we reach a level of life. But very often we need a stronger sense of self-esteem. I need to be dependent on me, not anyone else. A lot of people get wrapped up in their feelings. And we're brought up in some cultures and families, your feelings are really important. Well, good feelings are great. Bad feelings aren't. And your feelings don't tell you who you are. You are not your feelings, you're not even your thoughts, you're not your body. The real you, the core of you, I, is so enormously important. Now, I didn't grow up with high self-esteem. If there's a self-esteem scale 1 to 10, I was probably -3. I was told I was an idiot. Well, I discovered when I was mature that actually I had ADHD and I wasn't an idiot after all. So you learn and grow and your self-esteem rises as you take control of your life. You run your own life. If you've got low self-esteem, then you need to take steps to change. If you've got ADHD, there's a thing called RSD, rejection sensitive dysphoria. Dysphoria is an old Greek word for a weight. You tend to be more sensitive to rejection, even when rejection is not intended, which tells you, of course, that you don't belong, you don't fit in, you don't exist. You've got low self-esteem. No, you've got to reverse that. I've reversed it. You can't reject me. I couldn't care less. I'm good. So, the next thing to do is to assess your strengths and weaknesses. Really assess your strengths and weaknesses. And you may plan to do something about the weaknesses, but you know how you can function well. You can't be perfect in everything. You can be really good in some things. You've got to find them. That's what makes your life worthwhile. And then you go into an assertive voice. You need an assertive voice. It's out loud. It works for your brain and body when it's out loud. Now, this is not affirmations. I'm not thrilled by affirmations unless you say them out loud with some energy. Because your brain believes that stuff. It doesn't believe what you just think. If you think, I'm good, I'm wonderful, I'm really terrific, I won't tell you what your brain says, but you know. It doesn't work. You get into self-assertion. I'm good, I'm fantastic, I'm amazing. You do it at home, of course, in private. If you can't make a big noise, whisper hard. Or do it outside or in the car or something. I am amazing. I'm a genius. You don't tell other people that. It might worry them. But it's true. I'm a genius. It's a secret. Don't share it with anyone. I'm a genius. It's fantastic. I feel good. I feel happy. I feel amazing. And you do this as often as you need to, several times a day. Because your brain believes that, and it sends messages all around your body. Hello, this is good, I'm okay. And you have ways of reinforcing. I've got a fist. That's my anchor, my clue. I squeeze my fist and I tell myself. That means outside of this, I can shut up, but squeeze my fist. By my side, of course, not wave it in the air. I'm good, I'm okay. And then you can start moving outside your comfort zone. You act into what you believe. Now, obviously, you're doing some rational stuff. If you say to yourself, I'm the most wonderful person in the world, I'm so fantastic, everybody bows down in the street, you're going to have some problems. What you need is just a good feeling inside you. The I is so important. I choose, I decide, I run my life. Now, in most cases, I'm then going to share that with others, but it's out of my strength, not out of a dependency. Because if I've got that, I've got some hope. And I move into goodness. Now, I don't know what you think goodness is. Wholeness, completion, love, community, awareness. You move into goodness. Out of I choose. I have a very good opinion of myself. A very good opinion of myself. It gives me good self-esteem. And that means I don't need comforters. addictions. I don't need anxiety. I do good in me and from me. Enjoy it, grow, get a very great sense of self, confidence. Confidence, Latin, I trust myself. I do because I've got good self-esteem. Moving outside your comfort zone means that you can feel anxious. You're going to do something that makes you feel a bit disturbed. If you've decided it's a good thing to do, you do it anyway. Everybody feels a bit anxious if they're doing something completely new and risky. That's okay. And you can enjoy it. There's a film called What About Bob, and it's around a book called Baby Steps. Baby steps is good stuff. You take one step at a time. You don't solve some massive problems in one breath. You simply look at it, break it down into, I can do this bit by bit by bit. And if I make a mistake, hey, I'm a human being. I learn from it. We don't have mistakes really, we have learning experiences. You probably didn't get that in school, but it's in life. You have learning experiences and you grow well. Nice to talk to you. If you want some help, of course, you could get onto my website at, say, adhdsetfree.com, and you could book a chat with me. It doesn't cost you anything. And we can work out whether I can help you and what you might like to do. Enjoy.